Hey Treaties, let's talk campsites. Stay tuned for part 3 of our glamping series where I give you a tour of our Myrtle Beach campsite. Roll that intro. Hey, I'm Christine, and welcome back to my channel where we explore travel destinations and the eats that go with them. Today, we are going to tour Huntington Beach State Park, located in South Carolina near Myrtle Beach. This campsite was our first glamping experience, so we really had no idea what to expect. So I'll give you my honest opinion as a first-time camper. But before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Let's get started. Huntington Beach State Park is located approximately 30 minutes south of Myrtle Beach in Georgetown County, South Carolina. It is a state park, so admission is required for all those who are not there to camp. There's a kiosk at the entrance of the park where you can pay or let them know you are there to camp. We had no issues at the kiosk, but it was a bit of a wait at the time we arrived. As of December 2020, admission is $8 for adults, $5 for senior citizens, $4 for ages 6 through 15, and free for children 5 and under. The park includes the 3-mile-long, beautiful Grand Strand Beach, 179 campsites, and a National Historic Landmark called Atalaya. Campsites are divided up into 2 main areas, the South Campground and the North Campground. The South Campground is full service, meaning it has water hookups, sewer hookups, and electricity hookups. There are 42 paved campsites in the South Campground. It is open to RVs, car and van campers, and tent campers. Because the South Campground is full service, these campsites cost a little bit more nightly. The North Campground has the remaining campsites. It is the older campground of the two. The North Campground includes a rustic campsite area with 6 campsites that can only be accessed on foot. The rustic campsites do not have individual electricity hookups, only shared water hookups. All other campsites at the North Campground have the option of water and electricity hookups. Whether you stay at the North Campground or South Campground, both have trails to get you to the beach quickly. They also have fire pit grills, picnic tables, and centrally located bathroom and shower facilities. All campsites have a check-in time of 2 p.m. and a checkout time of 12 noon. We stayed at the North Campsite for about $60 per night. Reservations can be made ahead of time on their easy-to-use online reservation tool. The tool goes into detail with descriptions and pictures of each individual campsite. Because we booked our campsite 3 weeks in advance for a November stay, we had to call to make our reservation since there were not many available campsites left to reserve. We ended up staying at 2 different campsites for 1 night each. This is typically not allowed for online reservations since the reservation tool requires a 2-night minimum stay. I highly recommend making your reservation well in advance. The park's customer service over the phone was excellent, and due to availability, they were able to make an exception with our reservation. Upon arrival, you are required to check in at their on-site gift shop. At check-in, you get a tag for your car and directions to your campsite if you need it. I'll talk more about the gift shop later. Our first campsite was located closest to the shoreline, whereas the second campsite was located the furthest away from the shoreline. Pros of the first campsite include quicker access to the beach. It was only partially shaded, so we got the warmth of the sun during the day, and it had more updated bathroom facilities. One con, that isn't really a con, but a con nonetheless, was that upon arrival, we were surrounded by huge RVs. Other than the folks to the right of our campsite, we were probably the only other non-RV campers there. The sites are open to both RVs and tents, so it's not like we had much control over that. Pros of the second campsite include more privacy. We were surrounded by more trees, so we really couldn't see any of the other RVers. And bathroom facilities were easier to get to. We didn't have to walk through anyone's campsite to get to it. We had more cons for the second campsite. The main con was the mosquitoes. They were worse than the first site, probably because of the trees, but we came prepared with repellent. Also, the beach was further away and the bathrooms weren't as nice. Both sites had conveniently located water and electricity hookups, gravel parking areas, fairly clean picnic tables, and fire pit grills. You are not allowed to bring your own firewood, but you can pick up some at the on-site gift shop. The gift shop is within walking distance from the campsites, or you can just stop there upon entering or exiting the park. They have great customer service, but they are only open from 9 or 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. They have essential items such as first aid supplies, your standard souvenir stuff, firewood, bagged ice, and some snacks. Firewood was a great value at $6 a bundle. Upon returning to the park after a certain time, or what they consider after hours, you will need a code to get in. They send you a code upon confirming your reservation. I thought this was a great security measure to ensure only campers have access to the public park at night. So I'm going to wrap up this tour by saying one last thing about Huntington Beach State Park. The beach was awesome. You can literally hear the waves from your campsite at night, which was my absolute favorite part. The beach was not crowded during our stay, but I'm sure when the weather is warmer, they get more of a crowd. The beach was very clean, and it was the perfect way to kick off our first glamping adventure. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and check out my next video where I give a tour of our second campground stay in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll see you next time, but until then, you know what to do. Keep on treating.